Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tina and today we're doing this full look. I think just about everything here is Wet n Wild. Want to see how I achieved this look and what I think of these new products from Wet n Wild? Please keep watching. Thank you. This is what's new with Wet n Wild. At my store, they had a big display the other day. I went through and I bought things that said new on them. They look like that when they say new. I cannot guarantee that what says new at my store will actually be new. It did say new and it was an end cap and I was like, awesome! Because we don't get those very often. I've already primed my face. I don't own any Wet n Wild primers and there were none that were on the new display. So I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. So this foundation, this Photo Focus Foundation, when I first got it, I was not impressed. I did not understand what the fuss was about. It went all funny on my skin. I think that's because this particular foundation doesn't get along with all primers equally. The hard candy primer looks like this, only normally it wouldn't look quite that awful, but I've pretty much used that entire bottle. It pairs really nicely with that. Just gonna add a couple dots of darker foundation. I have my foundation applied. I normally blend it with another foundation, Fiona Styles, and it creates this beautiful foundation that I just love. I'm not doing that today because we're trying to focus on Wet n Wild. Next I have the dual-ended contour stick. One side should be a contour stick. I'm super impressed right now. This contour stick thing, I love the contour side, and if I love one side of this, then it's certainly worth the price. Now we're gonna try the highlighty side. The kind of highlight that's just light. It isn't like shiny. Totally Tina approved. Okay, I'm not a big enough YouTuber to say that, but I don't care. It's Tina approved. Dual-ended contour stick. And they show you some crazy ideas for contouring and highlighting. I don't recommend doing that. That's insanity. Your face would feel like a mask. So I've had this. I didn't see a new brow tool thing. Here's the deal on this. I sharpened it and as you can see, it's dull again. It's super waxy, so it's very soft, especially in the heat. It is not my favorite thing ever. As you can see, it sort of creates this weird, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back in with a different stick and fix my brows later. It's just not doing what I'd like it to do. So this Wet n Wild Color Icon brow pencil, yeah, that's not for me. I don't really enjoy it. It doesn't really like to fill in my brows and instead creates these funky little spots in there that I don't like. I have a correction conceal stick. This thing is huge. I'm just gonna swipe it on like that and hope for the best. It's kind of sticky feeling. It does blend out nicely and it does not really seem to crease on me. I'm going to real quickly here before it does something funny, hit that with my RCMA No Color Powder. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by the effect this has. I don't really like the feel of it when I'm putting it on because it sort of wants to tug at my skin, so you need to be very careful about that. You do not ever want to tug at your under eyes. Surprisingly, I'm a fan of this. So this is the makeup stick by Wet n Wild. It's the conceal and correction stick. It brightens the under eyes. It does not come in a lot of colors. Because of their limited shade range, I think that's a big problem, unfortunately. They have a big problem for Olive Drugstore. They have very limited shade ranges. The next thing that was in their new list was this Color Icon. The brow thing was a Color Icon brow pencil. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow palette. This one is Floral Values. kind of an odd name. It has these two little things in here that are garbage. Let's just let's just call it what it is. A little sponge thing here. That can come in handy for a couple things. Pressing on certain pigments it works really well for. I'm gonna use, these are nice and labeled for you as base, eyelid, definer, crease, and brow bone. That's kind of nice, you know, if you are new to makeup and you know, you're like, well, where do I put these? Following that would not be terrible. As a matter of fact, I'm going to follow it. What the heck? I just put down the color it says is my base. I'm going to use that purple. It says definer. It's showing the definer going over here somewhere. It's not real. These instructions on the back on this tiny little thing aren't exactly, these are amazing instructions kind of thing. Okay, that went on all right. Watch these. So this is the base. All right, is that better? Eyelid is pink. They require, you can't just do a one finger swipe swatch. This is the definer. If I just wipe a little more on there, it builds right up. They are fairly soft. This is the one labeled crease. This is the one labeled brow bone, which is going to be a highlight. Yeah, it's right there on the end, right there. I'm going to take my Maughan number 20 brush and I'm gonna pick up that crease color. And as you can see, these are gonna respond much better to a really nice brush. That color, in the pan, it's very glittery. On the lid, yeah, there's like no glitter in it at all. These are definitely responding best to these Maughan brushes. So I'm gonna pick up that pink that says eyelid and just put that all over my lid. I think that looks really pretty. They blend together really nicely. I say this, but we're gonna take that brow bone color and we're gonna stick that in the inner corner and along the brow bone. Yeah, these definitely respond best to a natural hairbrush. Night and day difference here. So that's what it says to do. It doesn't give any instructions for the bottom lid, but that's okay. We know what to do. And I'm just gonna take the definition color and the pink color and the highlight color. For my lower lid, I like to use, well, the Maughan number 20 brush because I really seem to like these brushes. In there. And the one thing I don't really like about Wet n Wild is, and I understand it, but there's no mirrors. Now I have hooded eyes, so for me this folds sort of right here. And so I just wiggle my brush right there with the color that I want on this outer edge. It's the same color that I just bring around underneath. And I just wiggle it back and forth right there. I'm going to take the pink eyelid color on a flat shader brush. Sort of blend that in. Taking that brow bone color and creating an inner corner with it. These colors really pop make my hazel eyes turn super green, which I like. I have this new, so right there, Wet n Wild Color Icon Ombre Blush in these lovely purple shades. I'm gonna go more on the pinker side, see how that works out for me. Apparently I need to go into the darker plummy shade. I hate it when this happens. We're going along and I'm like, this stuff is pretty freaking great. I like everything just about so far. And then if I keep building this up, I start looking like somebody punched me in the face. This isn't coming through at all, and I'm just getting that kind of sootier color, the purpley plummy color, but unfortunately in here, as you can see, it looks bruise-like. I'm just gonna dip my blush brush into this pink color eyeshadow. I actually like that. I think that pink looks fairly nice because it matches the eyeshadow. I now have highlighter. We're gonna see how this works out because I did put some powder on my face. I didn't put it all over. The highlight, I don't know what happened to it. I just opened it and it looks like it's a little bit not happy in there. gonna draw on and smudge with my finger. So it's not moving around my makeup. I don't know if you can see that or not. If you hate these sticks, you will of course hate this stick. I'm actually pretty happy with this highlighter. Once again, these sticks totally are great. The stick contour, double-ended contour, also great. Apparently Wet n Wild is kicking butt with sticks. Who knew? And I love this mascara packaging. It's like almost a tongue-in-cheek take on the Louis Vuitton or one of those that looks similar to this. I thought that was kind of funny. I was very limited on my choices of lipstick. You don't get around here that many options. So when something does come in, it tends to disappear really quickly. I was not expecting that. I did my whole lips one dip. That is some extremely pigmented lipstick. This is the Liquid Catsuit. That's impressive. I'm gonna put on my eyeliner. Wow, this eyeliner I like a lot also. The brush in here is very tiny, as you can see, and so it's very easy to do a very precise eyeliner. It's very, very purple, very pigmented. It's actually one of the most purple eyeliners that I have seen. I really like that a lot. So far, Wet n Wild is really kicking butt today. Oh, that's interesting. It's got like that Benefit Airborne look to it. When I was a kid, we used to always use this Wet n Wild in this plain black tube. It was some pretty freaking amazing mascara. This does not appear to curl my eyelashes at all. I'm going to use my lash curlers. And now I'm going to put on another layer. Once again, color me impressed. This Renegade Lash Renegade, I'm a huge fan of this. I like the way it goes on, the way it builds up for the price. Just wow. Now I'm just gonna use my RC Made No Color powder. Wet n Wild has really stepped up their game on stuff. So this is the first time I've like went and bought a whole bunch of stuff out of their line and been like, okay, we're just gonna do it all. I don't care for the brow pencil, and I don't care for this ombre blush, and maybe that's because I picked out a bad color. I don't know. I am super impressed so far. Set my face with some setting spray. I'm super impressed with these stick things. All of these are pretty darn amazing. The eyeshadows are beautiful and they're staying on there and they're looking, the more I look at them, the more I like them. They look really nice and are just staying on my lids really nicely. It looks like there's glitter in this one that says crease. Pretty much ignore that. These are basically mattes. Hopefully that gives you a nice up close look at them. This mascara is the boss. Holy cow. This may be one of my favorite go-tos. Really liking this tiny little thing of eyeliner. I was thinking it was leaving a shiny finish. It's not. It dries down to a matte. I will be buying that again in all different colors. Pretty much, you know, all the stuff I bought from Wet n Wild at my local store that said new on it. 90% of the stuff here I really, really enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and come back and see me again. Thank you for watching. Bye!